I'm going to start us on the search page because the new greatest feature that we have is your ability to push a search through to your email campaigns. So let me move through this. So once you run your scenario and I apologize, my mouse, I think the batteries are going today on my wireless mouse, so it's dying. Okay, so once you've run your scenario and you get your pricing down here, you're going to go ahead and you're going to click on push. This is going to enable you the ability to push this scenario over to your email campaign. So I'm going to select email campaign. Now there's a couple things in here. The first thing you want to do is you want to name it. Now it automatically puts in a scenario name based on the generic, pieces of your scenario. That's fine, but being that you're typically probably saving this for a borrower, you might as well, put it under the borrower. So I'm going to go ahead and type borrower test. Obviously your display name, you can go ahead and put in whatever scenario you want it to be. Borrower points if you want it to be, monthly MI. Now I'll go over creating fees in a little bit for you as well, but basically you're going to select the fees that you want to use. I only have one. Now you have the ability to send this to any specific email campaign you've already created, or you can send it to the general repository. That means it's going to be in a big system where you can then use it for any email. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll show you where this shows up on the other end. So I've saved it to the general repository, and I'm going to click submit. That's it. It's pretty simple. So let me head back over into the email campaigns. So most of you have probably noticed it's moved. You now find the email campaigns under marketing, email campaigns 3.0. Now, the first thing you're going to see on this page is a nice little explanation that goes into what's going on between email 3.0 and email 2.0. You can read this, or if any of you have been using 2.0, read this because it's important. What it basically explains to you, we still give you the ability to go into email campaigns 2.0. We're going to give you about a month on that. And what you need to do in that month is recreate every one of those campaigns into 3.0. If they're live in 2.0, they are currently still sending, but you'll see that all these additional features we've added, they just don't read one another. So the best way for us to do it was just to give you guys a month to go ahead and reset them all in 3.0. But what you'll learn today is they're much easier to do. Okay, so we're in 3.0. Let me show you what one looks like, and then I'll show you how to create one from scratch. It might be a little bit easier to learn it that way. So I'm going to open up one that I have under my active campaigns. And first of all, you'll notice it's much easier now. We list your active. We also list your paused campaigns. So it's real easy to see a list of them. So the first thing you see in here once I open it is the title of your email. Originally, we used to have only a subject line. So now you can title it as well as have a subject line. Now, the one really cool thing we've done is we've added this advanced feature. So you may have your default subject line. But what we've noticed is, and you guys have noticed this too, if you send out an email to a borrower and in the subject line it says rates have improved, there's a bigger chance that they're going to open and read that email. So we've set this up. It's smart enough now that if the pricing has improved since the last time you sent the email, it will automatically, if you tell it to enable this advanced subject, it will automatically replace your default subject line with this, or you can put however you'd want it to say. You might want to put exclamation points. You might want to put here are your weekly rates. Don't forget to open them. Whatever it is, it will be smart enough to update it. I think that's a really nice new feature we've added. So hopefully that'll increase the ability for people to open your emails. So then you can go into the body of your email. Now I've already typed one up in here. You'll notice this looks like a template, which is exactly what I've created. Now let me get in here and just type a couple lines. You can obviously type in this one's Amanda, I guess. Dear Amanda, if you just want to do one email. But what I'm going to show you is how it's a little bit easier to create a template. So instead of typing Dear Amanda, I'm actually going to go up here and click Add Recipient's First Name. See how it added it automatically? Now I'd like a comma to be in there. So just like the line beneath, that's how I added it. Now you'll notice there's a few pieces in here that you can add. You've got the first name, the full name, your search results, your signature. These are all important pieces. So you can now put your search results wherever you want them to be in the email. And I'll show you later where you customize your signature. But now it's really easy for you to go ahead and set this up. So you also have all of your saved templates in here. So if you're creating a new template, you click save as layout template over here, and then you name it, and then it will show up in your list over here. So I'm already using one in here. Again, when I create a new one, you'll see it a little bit better. I'm just going to move you through. The next thing is adding recipients. You can add a group of contacts. So perhaps you want to be sending out weekly emails to your realtors. You can go ahead and set up a contact group. So when you select that one, everybody in that group will be selected. Or you can send one person at a time. You also, in the advanced section, you can send multiple borrowers or contacts at once. So you'll see I can select Bob. I'm going to click my control bar, and I'm going to hit a couple others I want to add. Click Add. If you hang on just a second, they'll show up over here. And then we notice, oh, okay, well, I have 2 Tom Pierniks, so I want to go ahead and delete that one out. So you can get rid of them very quickly as well. So it's real easy to move through this, and then go ahead and click Save. And your borrowers or your recipients will automatically be updated down here below. So they're all selected. Moving through to the search page. This is where you add your searches. So you'll notice I have 3 in here. One of them is activated, one is paused. Perhaps you want to put in a 30-year, whatever these scenarios are, but you can also turn them off for any short period of time. Now you add them by clicking on this button. So you click on Add Scenario, and you have the ability, like you did in the original email campaign for 2.0, where you can create a scenario right from here, or even faster, go ahead and select a scenario. Now, these are all the scenarios I put in my general repository. Borrower test, that was the one I think I did, right? So if I select borrower test, we're going to give it just a second, and it's going to open it up for you to confirm, and you can make any changes to it when you see it. So, you know, just because you saved it doesn't mean you might want to make changes later. You might want to add in borrower points. You might even want to change the display name on there if you don't want it to read 30-year fixed. Maybe you want it to say 30-year fixed, no cost. You know, whatever it is that you think your borrower is going to respond to. And you can save that. I apologize if the save button wasn't showing on the screen. And it will automatically show up in this list. Now, there's a couple additional options you have now. You can add borrower points. You can add a monthly payment. If you want to put comments in there, you can. Rate and APR were always there. But, you know, you may or may not want to actually show the lender name, but if you want to, you can. So you've got that ability there. And then the final piece is the schedule. So you're going to go in just like you did before. You're either going to say, I want to send this one time, daily, weekly, or monthly. And let's say I want to send this weekly. Remember, you can select whatever day you want, select the time you want. You can even CC yourself. And then you can select Save. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now show you from scratch how I'm going to add a new campaign. So let's imagine that you were just on the phone with your borrower. Maybe you priced them at a deal and they said, keep me updated. Maybe, and you ask, how often would you like me to update you? Maybe they say once a week. Great. I've pushed that campaign. I pushed this scenario over here like you saw me do over on the search page. Now I run in here and let's see how quickly we can do this. We're going to title this. Maybe this is going to be our weekly email campaign. Oh, sorry. Actually, you want to put the borrower's name. So borrower campaign. So you know who this is you're talking about. You can put in your subject line. Here are your, even though I misspelled it, it makes sense. Here are your current rates. Now remember, we can type in an email right from here, dear whoever, or we may have already created a template like I showed you before. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to pick weekly rates borrower specific. This is the one I want. So I'm going to then click apply. You can also view it before you apply it. And it automatically types in that email for you. Now remember, it's going to pull out the borrower's first name. It's going to pull out their exact search results, and it's going to pull out the signature. So you've just made creating an email much faster. So you're going to scroll down and you're going to click next. We've already done the email. Now we're on to the contacts. So sorry, I'm freezing a little bit. So let's just say we're on one borrower. We're going to say it's Bob Smith. We're going to add that contact. Just again, remember, we're assuming this is just one borrower we just hung up with, and we want to quickly set up an email for him. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to click next. It's going to take us over into the campaign page. So I'm going to add the scenario. Click on add. And I think I already pushed over one of Bob's. There you go. There's Bob Smith. That's the one that I was just on the phone talking to him about. So the system's going to remember it. I can then confirm it when I take a look at it. This looks right. I apologize. I don't know why this isn't letting me go down to the save button. At the bottom right, there's a save button. My screen is just limiting me. Sorry, guys. So go ahead and change it. Click on your save button. Now we've added the scenario, and if you wait just 1 second, it's going to show up in here. There you go. So now that's in there. It automatically activates it. If you want to deactivate it, remember you click on this button. But that's now Bob Smith's email is already in here, or the scenario. I apologize. Oh, my mouse froze again. Okay, so all right, I want to show him borrower points. Yeah, I want to give him his monthly payment, but I don't need any comments, and I don't need the lender name to show up. So we're good. We're going to click next, and we're going to move on to the last page. He wants this thing weekly. I'm going to do it on Mondays. And let's go in and say we want this thing sent right around 2 o'clock. And I also want to CC myself because I want to know what that looks like. You're going to scroll down, click finish.